right, well, welcome back to 996 Howl. Their first good hockey game, complete solid effort by everyone, every area of the ice. It was such a great game to watch. It was a frustrating game on Saturday against Ottawa. Maybe two weaker teams. I know Ottawa acquired a lot of talent in the offseason. Expectations are pretty different and higher than the Coyotes there, but you would think the game would be a bit closer. Maybe the Coyotes could make it a closer game. I remember last season, I think the Coyotes won 8-5 in Ottawa last season. Was looking for something close, something more competitive. It kind of happened in the second, but ultimately Ottawa just ran over the Coyotes in the third period. But Dylan Guenther got his first goal that game, and then that continued into Tuesday night where we saw the shot, the Dylan Guenther shot, which I've been seeing all over Twitter last year in the WHL. Just a rifle to score. We'll get into that a bit later, but just want to, at the top, just congratulate Guenther. 2 games, back-to-back goals in both those games. Such a great shot. Just finally a laser, a sharpshooter on the team. It was just a great moment in a game where there were so many other good moments. It's the end of their road trip, the 6-game road trip to start the season. They even didn't even play a home game in the preseason. So that's 7 games in the preseason added on to the 6 games of the regular season. But finally, Coyotes get to go home to their new home in Mullet Arena on Friday against the Jets, which I'm claiming to be a must-win game. It's the first game in Tempe. Crowd's going to be crazy. Winnipeg's on a back-to-back. They face the Kings Thursday night. So, Winnipeg's not that strong of a team. It's a back-to-back. You're at home for the first time in Tempe ever. That's a must-win for me. That's your Game 7 in the playoffs. So let's start into this game. This was the Connor Ingram redemption game. He gets a call in the game, was solid all game, making big saves in big moments. Coyotes score first on the power play with Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere had a crazy game. 2 goals, 1 assist. I believe that's 8 points in 6 games. And, at the trade deadline, once I'm sure Chychrun's traded, the Leafs just opened up $5 million in cap space, putting Muzzin on injured reserve. So we'll see maybe Chychrun, some noise there. But at the trade deadline, Gostisbehere is going to get such a good package if he keeps up his point production. Some might say, why not keep Gostisbehere? If they trade Chychrun, you might want to keep Ghost. We'll see what happens. I think the Coyotes want more 2023 first-round picks. Right now, they only have 1. We'll see what happens with the Chychrun trade. That should probably happen sooner and before the trade deadline. But let's just enjoy Gostisbehere. Just one of the best defensemen on the team. Great that he is having an offensive outburst this season. He was really good last season, 51 points, 14 goals. So he's continuing to show that he's a really good defenseman. He just needed a change of scenery from Philadelphia and needed to be healthy. And him and Keller are such a great pair. They always seem to find each other and look for each other. So it's great to see Gostisbehere open up the scoring. It took 2 games it took 26 games last season to hit 8 power play goals. And tonight against Columbus in their 6th game of the season, they hit 8 power play goals. So that was a little nugget I saw on Twitter and just shows, some baby steps the team is taking into the right direction. I know this video is going to be a feel-good video. They played an amazing game. So let's get all the positive news out there into the camera. Zach Kassian with his first goal as a Coyote. A little cheeky wraparound rebound goal. Makes it 2-0 for the Coyotes in the first period. One of the first games this season, along with the Leafs game, where they didn't get, flurry of goals against them. They didn't break down. They started on time, started to get to work, and put the puck in deep and get some good scoring chances. And they're rewarded with a 2-0 lead heading into the second period. They continue that good mojo from the first period. Keller had a chance. Guenther had a sort of partial breakaway chance, or getting chances, more ozone time than I've ever seen this season the Coyotes had. And then finally they get a 5-on-3 power play, but it was a bit scrambly and jittery It didn't seem to work. The fans were getting way into it. They didn't like the calls to go down in a 5-on-3. The Columbus Blue Jackets killed the penalty, and in the dying seconds of killing that penalty, Connor Ingram had to make some two huge saves. And I thought at that time it was 2-0. Coyotes blew a 5-on-3 power play. The crowd was getting back into it. A huge momentum swing for the Columbus Blue Jackets. I thought if this was the Coyotes of last season, they're going to lose this game. They're going to blow that 2-0 lead. It was the writing on the wall for me. The Coyotes were so scrambling on that power play that it just seemed like a recipe for a disaster game, that they would blow the 2-0 lead. But they get a power play shortly after that, and like I mentioned before, Dylan Guenther makes it 3-0, some breathing room, some insurance for the Coyotes. And I thought, that was a big moment in the game. It turned the tide. The Columbus Blue Jackets had momentum, but, the Coyotes power play, it's been clicking. They were 2 for 6 tonight. Like I said, it took them 26 games to get 8 power play goals last season. This year, much better. We head on into the third period. Actually, it was Gostisbehere that made it 3-0. Then Guenther made it 4-0. So that Gostisbehere goal, just wanted to mention that Keller pass to Gostisbehere to make it 3-0 went through everyone on the ice. If you see that replay, just so many players clogging the middle, but Keller saw Gostisbehere jump up from the blue line and sneak in backdoor. Makes it 3-0, and then Guenther made it 4-0. I knew I missed something there. And then the third period, I was interested to see how the Coyotes would come out in the third period. It was uncharted territory to be up 4-0. The only other game last season that the Coyotes won by 4 or more goals was the Detroit Red Wings game where they won 9-2. So that was for sure an anomaly game. No team scores 9 goals all the time. So besides that, the Coyotes rarely are up 4 goals. And then early in the third, McBain makes it 5-0. Just bar down. Great to see McBain get rewarded. He needs to feel good. He's a young player, still a prospect. So I like to see him, shoot the puck more and get some good offensive chances. And then, the wheels start to fall off a little bit. The Coyotes only had 4 shots in this third period. So when I say I was looking at how they would respond in this third period, sure, they scored to make it 5-0. But I think after the 5-0 goal, the Coyotes kind of just let the game unfold. Columbus had, a few power plays. Coyotes got on a 4-minute power play and did nothing with it. Just pretty much killed the time. And then, it gets to 5-1 to 5-2. And then Krause gets the empty netter, assisted by Gostisbehere. And then late in the game, I was about to shut the game off. Columbus makes it 6-3. So the Coyotes don't win by 4 goals. It's a 3-goal game. They won 6-3. Penalty killing for the Coyotes was 5 for 5. Columbus remains the worst in the league on the power play. They haven't scored a power play goal all season, so it was good for the Coyotes to pad their penalty kill stat. But I just want to say it was a solid effort. It was obviously anti-tank in the way they played, but they got to feel good coming home to Tempe. It was a long road trip. Their best game this season so far. It only took about 6 games to show what the Coyotes really look like when all the things go right for them. Solid goaltending, solid defense. Want to shut out Moser. Good shot blocking. Just good breakouts and good sticks. I don't think he got a point. I'm looking here. He did not get a point. But Moser had a great game. Nemeth drew into the lineup in replacement of Mayo. I did not hear Nemeth's name until the last 3 minutes of the game, where the Columbus Blue Jackets scored their second goal, and Nemeth was really lazy and late in picking up his guy that ultimately scored the goal. So besides that, didn't hear Nemeth's name. That's a good thing because apparently he's really bad. It was his first game as a Coyote, so didn't see much of him, but it's good that we did not hear his name. So 6-3 victory. I'm loving that second power play unit of Guenther, Hayden, Michelli, and Krause. I know Gunther's making it really hard for the coaching staff and the organization to send him down to juniors. We'll see if he continues scoring every game. I don't think they'll send him down, but it's pretty unsustainable. I don't think he'll be scoring a goal every game, but it's great to see that he has confidence in shooting his shot, his trademark shot in the NHL. He's only going to get better and more comfortable. I feel like him and Michelli are getting some chemistry. Want to shout out Michelli too. He's looking like a little mini Keller, maybe like a 75% of Keller's skill set. Love the way he carries a puck in the zone, makes some good plays, shows off some skill. So just want to give Michelli a shout out. So yeah, there's a lot of good things to say. I love that Ingram had a huge bounce back game. I knew he had it in him because that Montreal game, it didn't look like as advertised what we were getting in Ingram. This was more like a as advertised Connor Ingram game. Just solid, competent, gives the team a chance, doesn't let in goals in bunches and flurries. So hopefully the Coyotes could ride this high, learn how they play against Columbus, and carry that through the rest of their games. I know Columbus didn't have a good game. They seemed pretty poor and disorganized. Obviously, their power play was 0 for 5, so it wasn't just the Coyotes dominated. Columbus pretty much, fumbled the ball here against the Coyotes. Weren't really ready for them. Columbus beat the Coyotes 8-2 in the season opener last year, so I guess they were expecting sort of the same game there. So that's it for me. Feeling good. Fans are feeling good. Not really looking at the tank race yet. I know Vancouver still hasn't won a game, so maybe that's another new tank rival to join us and the Sharks. Still waiting for Chicago to fall off. They started the season all right, but with their roster, they should come back down to the basement with us. So, again, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, spread the word. And as always, thank you for your support.